Okay, so today's topic, defending against a knife attack barehanded. Is it possible to defend against someone who has a knife with only bare hands? That is the question, okay? And my answer to this comes from obviously my training, my experiences, and how do you call it? My experiments, more importantly. And from that, I have deducted, my conclusion is that there's two things that we have to address. Is the knife in motion or is the knife not in motion? So if the knife is in motion, my answer is pretty much no. Barehanded, you are not going to be successful here. Okay. Chances are, unless they make big mistakes, you're probably done for. Okay. So if the knife is in motion, which means they're already attacking you, in that case, you're barehanded. There really isn't a whole lot that you can do in that situation. Okay, so that's number one. Now, just because I said that, right, which is my answer is pretty much no, you cannot defend against a knife attack barehanded if the knife is in motion. Okay, um, just because I said that, if you ever are in that situation, I don't want you to go, well, Wmpyr said that, so I'm just going to give up. It's pointless. No, of course, I want you to do everything you can to survive, but I'm just saying the percentage of you being successful is very, very low, okay? Um, the second part I have to tell you guys is if the knife is not in motion, then yes, it is possible. I'm not going to say that it's guaranteed, but it is possible that you could defend against someone who has a knife, even though you are barehanded. It's totally possible. Is what that's the best chance you got. I would say that's the only chance you got against someone who has a knife. Okay, so if the knife is not in motion, then my answer is yes. If the knife is in motion, then my answer is pretty much a no. Okay, so I like this the examples that I'm seeing here. Okay, so right here on the bottom row, you see this blonde lady. It says Krav Maga Knife Defense Seminar, June 8th, 24. Okay, so that photo right there, she, the guy obviously tried to attack her with the knife, and she has the arm catched, right? And she looks like she's about to punch the guy. Okay, so that right there, I have a big problem with. And that's why I made that separation, if the knife is in motion or if the knife is not in motion. So if the knife is in motion, which to me, this photo, I'm guessing that it was, you're not going to be able to catch the arm. But in order to properly defend against a knife attack, you need, or not a knife attack, but against someone who has a knife, who is going to attack you with a knife, you need to control the arm. So you do need to catch the arm. But the main difference and the main thing that I'm trying to make it super clear to you guys is, are you catching the arm when the arm is in motion or not in motion? If it's in motion, I don't believe in that. Try to catch a boxer's arm and they're not even holding a knife. They're just throwing punches at you. Try to catch their arm. It's going to be next to impossible, right? Now, if their hand is not moving, if their arm is not in motion, now you can catch it. I don't care if they're a boxer, now you can, if their arm is not in motion, then you have a big chance. So that separation, is it in motion or is it not in motion, to me is huge. And when I look online, on YouTube, when I look on, anything online about knife defense, and then also when I think of my own experiences going to martial arts classes, when we did knife stuff, nobody ever mentioned that. They never made that huge separation. Is it in motion or is it not in motion? Because those are two very big situations. Okay, so not in motion is like, you know, they're threatening you with the knife, but they're not knife boxing you. They're not slashing at you, not yet. You know, they just threatening you with a knife. It's the knife is there. They, you know, maybe it's up against your neck or whatever, but it's not in motion yet. So then you can grab it, and once you can grab it, now we can control it. We can neutralize it. So and then possibly disarm it, right? So that's why for me, that is a completely different situation. If the knife is in motion, I said it to you guys before, you need distance and you need a shield. Those are the two things, okay? If I have those two things, I don't care if it's Alistar Overeem, a K1 champion, kickboxing champion. I am confident that I'll be able to do at least some sort of defense. I'll be able to do some sort of protection. Okay, if I have a shield and if I have distance, those two things. Okay, so up against someone who has a knife, I need those two things. Okay, and this is if the knife is in motion. I need those two. So to me, that is huge. Separating the two situations, it's more specific. All right. So when I look at knife defense videos, they're always talking about you are going to get cut and you know, run and all this kind of stuff. And those are all, it's just vague. Not vague. It's not, for me, the next level. We got to get more specific. We got to get more detailed. If we are going to defend against the knife, how exactly do we do it? What are the situations that we're talking about? So that to me is what I did. I went from, I'm not saying those people were wrong, but it was just at a, I hate to say lower level because it's like I'm looking down on them. No, what they did was important. You know, that was important. But from there, I was able to evolve it for me. You know, I'm not saying that other people didn't evolve it, but I studied, you know, knife defense, knife systems and stuff. And then from there, my evolution and my progression, I'm sharing with you guys. And I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody else. All I'm saying is that I discovered that the two situations are critical. If the knife is in motion or if the knife is not in motion. And those are two different situations, therefore they require two different type of responses. Two different type of situations have two different types of answers. And one is, I've said to you guys, it's the diamond defense, which is based off of the force-to-force block. That's where you're using some kind of defense bag. That's your shield. And more than anything, you need the distance, okay? And then number two, and the distance will also, it'll give you a better chance to run away, because that's what we really want, is to escape and run away, live to fight another day, or you know, that kind of thing. Survive. And then the other situation, we need to grab a hold of their arm. We need to grab it. But in order to grab it, it's not going to be off of a kinetic attack. It's just not possible, in my opinion. I mean, it is possible because nothing's impossible, but the chances are so low. So it needs to be not in motion. Then you can grab it. From the grab, we'll secure it, and then we can control and neutralize. And then from there, we weaken the structure. We weaken the structure, the base. You know, you could call it disrupting the base, whatever you want to call it. But we weaken the structure, which it just basically discourages and annoys them. It distracts them. That's what we're looking to do. Not destroy them, because how is a 120-pound or 30-pound person supposed to destroy someone that's 200 pounds? You know, it just, you're asking for a very tall order. But can they distract them? Yes. Distraction, absolutely possible. Okay. Can they neutralize them? Yes, if they hug it with all their life, all their whole body, and just hold on. Yeah, I believe they can neutralize, absolutely. So neutralize, distract, and the distraction will help you neutralize. And then from there, you look for the right timing to disengage. Now, if you're lucky, then it might lead to a disarm. Like lucky depends on, if you're 120 pounds and the other person's, 150 pounds, then maybe you can disarm them. Okay. But if they're 210 pounds and jacked, probably not. You see, so then luck makes a factor there. It depends on who it is. So anyway, that's it for now. I hope it's super clear. Thank you for listening, and take care, folks.